Hello, family and friends. We're going to go out and pull up some spent pansies, and the geraniums are already there. I hope they still look good. And at this other spot, we're going to be putting in, we're going to install some vincas to add more color to the property. Hope you enjoy. At first glance, it looks like you have a bed full of flowers, which is true, but some of them have to go. And look at this bed. I had the weeds along the side here and weeds on the other side as well. So you know what we got to do: get in here and do a little maintenance. Other than that, everything looks pretty healthy. Got to get in and do a little deadheading. And on this side, got this big weed back here. See, what happened was I wasn't able to stop by, and then it rained for several days. So with the good soil and everything, we ended up with a lot of weeds, and it's time for the pansies to come out. So we're going to be pulling these, and look at them. I mean, they're leggy and the blooms are still open, but their season is over. There's going to be some empty spaces through here, and we got to go through and fine tune. But for right now, I'm just going to pull these things on out. And as I grab one, a big area comes out. Look at that. A big area comes out, and we have an empty space, and it just needs to be graded and fine-tuned with the little weeds that are in there. Now, I'm careful not to pull out what's staying. Now, we have some geraniums in here and vincas already. Now, right here, that's a geranium, but through this whole side here, what you see is white. Most of it is pansies. And we're going to pull this other half out and go on to something else, like deadheading. Look, I'll reach down to the growth point and snap it off. Look at that. That's an obvious bloom that has to come out. And once we pop those out, it encourages growth to the rest of the plant. Beautiful. I like these eye-catching red geraniums. And the geranium, I really like deadheading them because they're so easy. They're no fuss. These are drought tolerant. We may add a few more plants in over here and smooth out this soil, put down a nice layer of mulch. As you can see with the pansies being in there, there's very few weeds, if any, maybe just a few clovers. But this bed here is pretty much done. Now over here, the weeds are gone. And all we have to do now is just come through and do a little cleanup and on to the next spot. We have the white trailing vincas in here with the pansies. Now the pansy season is winding down, but these still look good. So I'm going to give them a couple more weeks. And I do believe I'm able to get this nice and full. And when the pansies are gone, it won't mess the theme up. This is the sangria pansy. It has a fiery look in there with the yellow splash in there on that purple. It's amazing. Show you a better example down this end. Look at this. See how that yellow is with that purple and then that dark plum in the center? I mean, they're nice. So I'm going to let them continue to show off. And over on this side, we have a few of the yellow blotch mixed in with the trailing vincas. The white ones are the trailing vincas. We put those in a couple weeks ago, and we'll just put them in between the pansies because they were still looking good. This is a pink vinca, and when they bloom, when the blooms open, they look like this, and then they get into that darker color. That's what I'm going with today. And this is the spacing. And it's going to work out because the trailing vincas are good through the spring and summer, and the pink vincas are. So when the pansies come out, which are the orange ones, when the pansies come out, it still won't mess the theme up. We'll have a nice design here, and we'll run with these colors because they're soft and it's not too busy. You know, we have different colors and textures, a couple shades of green in here, and with the orange, it doesn't throw it off at all. It just draws you in to see the other colors, and they really showed off this year. But when they're gone, everything's still gonna look good. And we have some fountain grass on the perimeter, and I have these spaced like they're gonna be. So these are full sun to part shade. They have a glossy leaf, and they are spaced out nicely. I'm just giving the once over one more time to make sure they're where I want them, and I'm gonna go ahead and drop them. This is your trailing vinca here. It's just like a vinca, but it has a trailing habit. I've used those a couple times in pots, and they look really nice hanging over the side. And over in this bed, we have the trailing vincas with the pink vincas. And we were ready to switch the plants over, but the pansies were still doing good. We got hostas over here, the variegated hostas on that side of the bed. And I just wanted to get out here before it got too hot because it's supposed to be very humid. And these are the heart to heart caladiums with the green on the perimeter with some creeping Jenny. This bed is about finish. Just a little bit of weed pulling and watering. So that's going to do it for this. About to wrap it up. And I enjoyed this because it was quick and easy, and I can get out of here before it gets too hot. There's a few more blooms that haven't opened, and look at that soft color there with that deep pink in the middle and the soft pink on the outer edge. Thanks for watching.